I'm up. Lonesome, I'm live. Yeah, man, live. All right, yeah, man. All right, so here this now. We have a we have a immigration. We have a immigration officer at PICA, where the executive are getting trouble, Not now, for decades, over decades, right? And yeah, whistleblower them have to come out, come talk. So I'm gonna play some voice note. I'm gonna play some voice note today, and I'm gonna show in 2013 when the then executive, command him, but the now executive did I run an investigation and no gone away. But me see the letter, it doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, some accusation, but it come like some personal matter go on. So and Wynter, I have to play the whole of these kind of little things because a lot of things are going to peak where the people them for know. You understand? And can't run so. And you have to have people, outspoken persons where they may come out and come talk their mind to. You can't have, them people where them just drag and put in our place and them feel that them own the place. You understand? Government entities, them feel them own it and who them want to fight against them fight. That need to stop. Them thing they need to stop right now. So I could play this, bless up Ingrid. I could play this where the chief executive officer command senior about him work and him, go beyond for it does, please him customers and make sure everybody all right. That's what I could play this first. And then I'll play some voice note here. Watch this.
Well, this is a letter to Mr. Senior from November the 12th from the chief executive, right? Chief executive at the time. It's a 2013. Jennifer E. McDonald.
Yes.
See it? See she signed it? All right. So because see where it's right so. Mr. Kenton Senior, Immigration Officer, Immigration Unit, Shipping Passport Immigration and Citizen Agency, 25C Constant Spring Road, second floor, Kingston, 10 day. Mr. Senior, your willingness in going beyond the call of duty to ensure that the service standard to our client was maintained during the unfortunate circumstances on Saturday, November the 9th, 2013 at the SIA is infallible. We take pleasure in applauding you for the high level of dedication, commitment, loyalty, and professionalism that you displayed. By your conduct, you have shown exemplary leadership qualities, particularly in your responsiveness, which demand much sacrifice of your personal time, obligation. We encourage you to continue on this path so that together the agency can achieve the highest level of success. You have not only made us proud, but you have demonstrated that synergy that inspire the caliber of team effort we are aiming to develop through the entire agency. Yes. Again, we applaud you sincerely. Thank you. Yours sincerely, Jennifer E. McDonald.
All right. So more on know. All right. You see it? All right. So what happened is now Wynter in the control now, but Wynter did run something. We just asked me we like a plate, but we not a plate because I put the client in it. Where they make two accusations, but the accusation don't even have the merit because he must say one of the time, Mr. Senior at the airport, take money from a man to let him in. Now when you're coming at the airport, but there is no camera. No surveillance and nothing at all. You know the airports there, and this them happened 11 years ago. But him write it 2015, right? Right? So it happened 4 years before that, right? 2015. You know how the airport set. It's a be a camera. You know it's about people in a line. Which party that you as an immigration officer, you got the right as a Latina man. You have to say, okay, I collect under all these camera, everything will watch you. But them no have no surveillance, no camera, them no have no eyewitness. If a man come in and Norman International Airport. Him alone now coming. I must have private jet that. Because you have people that are line, but no eyewitness, no surveillance or nothing. Now you're still in the full of camera. That don't make no sense. Wynter, it don't make no sense. Alright, so I could play something about Wynter now because you see when you draw out some people now, when I draw them out and them can talk. And when them talk, when them talk, because the police policies solving crime pays, don't hide it. Yeah? The minister them now start saying everybody for talk.
Yes, Mr. Lonson.
Yes.
I just want to share with you.
With this.
Some of the horrible things that I've been experiencing as an immigration officer. You understand? And this has been happening from 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are in 2022. And there's no ending in sight. So I've reached a spot right now where, as I told you, it's becoming unbearable. Not just for me, but even more so for the people around me. My mother, my children, my friends who care about me, my co-workers. Persons are showing more interest. And it look like it hurt them more than how it's hurting me. You understand? So I reach a point now where I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody.
Good.
Or be afraid to speak up against the injustices that has been happening to me. And me it happened to. So nobody cannot tell me how to express my feelings or how to express myself. I am not here telling any lies on anybody or making up any stories or any false allegations. I'm not going to say anything that I can't prove. And me it happened to. You understand? Not them. Me. I am the one who's experiencing it. Me and my children, me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care about who want to write what, where, and nobody can tell me say me I speak out of turn. You think they're going to be like some guys, and when things reach them, you're going to hear society come talk about, oh, why never find somebody to talk to? Or why never reach out? Me now wait till that happen to me. Me I learn from other people's mistake.
Good.
And they speak up, regardless of whatever they have planned for me. If they want to kill me, so I must dead someday. You know? You understand? But I'm not going to sit by anymore after 11 years and allow some people to use and abuse me anymore. Enough is enough. You understand? Mr. Lonesome, I told you about the blatant plot and plan that they had for me from back in 2012 when the former operations manager, Mr. Marcus Manning, who is now employed at the British High Commission, this man hate me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Me never like him neither. Me not gonna tell a lie. It's the truth. You understand? And the man told me that he's going to personally ensure that I am not appointed to the agency. You understand? He told me that to my face. And as the operations manager, every time my supervisor signed off on my evaluation, and as me tell Mr. Lonesome, once my evaluation reaches this man's hand, them take foot and disappear. Them take foot and run gone, they cannot be found. So for over an extended period of time while this man was in management, there's no file can ever be found for me. You understand? You know what this man do? As I told you, because his daughter took sick and I never give him my mother money, Mr. Lonesome. The man just have a hatred for me. And as I said before, me never like him neither. But I respect the fact that he's the manager and I know that I have to respect his office. I'm decent like that, Mr. Lonesome. I have a proper mother who taught me all these qualities from the yard. I didn't go to work to learn these things, or school. I learned these qualities from home. You understand? So I never have a problem with whoever is the manager. I didn't go there to like or to be liked. I go there to work. And I know I do my best. See? This man, Mr. Marcus Manning, the man plot against me, Mr. Lonesome. Tell lies for me, Mr. Lonesome. You understand? That's because him having other friends them who in other management position, them plot up and tell lies for me, to get me out of my job, to get rid of me, You understand? Their plan was to frustrate me, thinking that I was going to run. You understand? Yes, so them tell lies for me. And guess what happened now? The current CEO, Mr. Andrew Wynter, he was the head of the investigation and surveillance unit at the time. He wasn't CEO. The CEO during that time was Miss Jennifer McDonald. You understand? So, this man tell like promise, Mr. Lonesome, and so they handed over the matter to Mr. Wynter, who was the head of the investigation and surveillance unit. So he did some investigation based on the whatever allegations they had against me. Mr. Wynter and his unit did some thorough investigation, and Mr. Lonesome, see me send the report to you there. The report in front of you, if you want to show it to the public, I don't care. And make this up. See it right in front of you. Let me make sure say it out loud. I sent it to you. You have it right in front of you. That was written by Andrew Wynter.
Me have it.
Right?
Yes, Andrew.
And where he said, see point number 1 there, no witnesses. Based on his investigation, there were no witness.
No surveillance.
And the second one where he said there was no CCTV footage or surveillance to corroborate the claims against Mr. Senior.
Okay.
See? That was the man finding him. No witness, no nothing. See? To substantiate the claim made by Marcus Manning and them friends. See? And then you still turn around and charge me after you do that, brother. That makes sense to you? You want to find a witness, you want to find out evidence to your investigation, and then your recommendation is to question, brother, come on, listen, man. You which court you can go with this now? Which court you can go with this now?
Them two other man.
Which court can you go with something like this? Go stand up in front of a judge. After you did your investigation, and that was your finding, you found no witness, no evidence, no nothing to back up the claims against me. And 11 years after, you still have it against me, Regine. And then you'll come and talk about disciplinary hearing. Which disciplinary hearing with who? You mad? You think me stupid? I can say that from now. Which disciplinary hearing? The only disciplinary hearing they can take me to is done by the Supreme Court in front of a judge. Not in front of your friends, but disciplinary hearing where you go pay your society friends them. You think I hear that? If you don't know about contract on your friends, pay them to come to committee. Hey, Bridget, listen, I don't want an idiot. You know. I'm not an idiot. If I did something wrong, please call the police. Call in the police. If you even have to lock me up in a business, call in the police and take me in front of a judge, and then you come with your witness and your evidence. You're not going to take me in front of your friends, them, your society friends, them, where you go pay in some little room up a PICA. Brother, at the courtroom, me know cases tried. And guess what? Guess who's the CEO now? The same man who did the investigation. So after him do that now, see, and say he found no evidence, no witness, nothing. And this man now going to come back now through in the CEO position now, come rule up. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Lonesome?
Can't make sense.
Does that make sense to you?
Wynter, it don't make no sense.
Bridget, these are the same men that sit daily and talk about integrity, and talk about decency, and talk about all sorts of rubbish. You think I'm stupid? Mr. Lonesome, I'm going to say this publicly. None of these people can match up to my mother. None. I'm talking about a woman of high esteem, high quality. A woman who retired at age 50. My mother retired at age 50. I can proudly say that. Working for the government of the United States of America. And my mother retired at age 50. So I don't know where Andrew Wynter and little friends them come go now with them foolishness. You cannot trick me. Me and some little boy who can trick. Who can't trick me. Just treat me fairly. Treat me fairly. That's all I'm seeking. That's all I beg for. For how long Jamaica, that me I beg for. To be treated fairly. Me not look no favor from nobody. Me not look no sympathy from nobody. Me not short of nothing. Mr. Lonesome, I say this. I'm not showing off or nothing. Mr. Lonesome, as much as them try them foolishness with me, they're going to say it out loud. My mother keep me one step ahead of them. Mr. Lonesome, I mean drive one of the most expensive car amongst the whole immigration staff. Me with them I fight against. I feel like them I fight against. Mr. Lonesome, I mean one of the biggest house amongst the entire staff. Me with them I fight against. My mom stay in America and them little people here. I keep our boy ahead, a step ahead of them at all times. She said that. She did everything just to keep me ahead of them. Because she said, come on. I don't want to tell my mother class them as. I don't want to say it publicly. So she make sure that I have everything to my comfort. So no matter where them I try, them can't sabotage me. I just want to be treated fairly. That's all I'm asking for, Mr. Lonesome, to be treated fairly. What is so hard in that? Mr. Lonesome, I work hard. Mr. Lonesome, I never get under 90 for my evaluations. Them.
You see it?
Never have I ever got under 90 on my evaluations. Mr. Lonesome, I tell you already, you know, 11 years of sabotage and victimization, and yet these people will want to tell me that I when to speak, who me cannot speak to. Me never know say slavery still a going in Jamaica. Me never know say Russia me live or Cuba. We need to seek permission when to speak. Yeah, me never know say me have no background master over my head.
Oh, that's like me.
Me never know say Jamaica still have them kind of regime.
Yeah, man.
Do all kind of manner evil to people and then tell them when them can speak from when them can't speak. You can't do me that. Me used to abide by that rule, but when I realize what is happening now, me not depend on that. Me not depend on that no more. I'm not into that anymore. You're not gonna, as I say, you're not gonna victimize me and use me anymore. You understand? So I'm speaking up now because, as I know, I'm not the only person in this position. I am not. But others are afraid to talk because persons are very mindful and people have, you know, everybody need them salary to do them thing and them know the sabbat.
That's what I talk about, you know. When you talk, you go to work. It's a government place. And you go to work and you have some guy, you know, that you say, okay, you have whistleblowers. And if something not right at your workplace, you put up a talk out. Don't make them guy them CEO, you come here and talk. And number one, you know, own the place. And you miss, you know, even if you own the place, I'm not about you. I'm about the people, you know. No, I mean, I tell them to do the same. See, do the same thing with the immigration I do right now. So me I play him if speak in mind and speak out. And you want to stifle him and I work against him. He might come out and squeal. He might do it. See the police lady come out, come do it the other day. You see me I say? Yeah, man. You see me I say? Man in Wynter. See? Yeah, man, you have to do things like this, man. You have to come out, come talk, man. I don't go where we can get Jamaica better, you know. Too much corruption. And who na that and who them put through on that can't run it really. Them have them nepotism and cronyism still go on and one bag of idiot and go on. So you have to have people like them, man, who come out, come talk. Anything we go on, you have to have people in the well, we have to have is an organization we want in Jamaica right now to clean it up. And you have to have serious people like them, Virginia. They'll come out and just come talk what go on. Yeah, man. Continue.
I'd rather come next if them speak up on certain things. But them can't sabotage me. Them cannot sabotage me. If we just stage that we have to speak. 11 years of abuse and victimization. 11 years. 11 years. Mr. Lonesome, I'm going to tell you something that happened again. And see me send the evidence there so you can let them know me not speak man when I can't prove. See the evidence in front of you there?
I have it, yes, ma'am.
I think it was in 2018, Mr. Lonesome. We had a backlog at the office on Waterloo Road, the extension of stay office on Waterloo Road where I work. We had a backlog there. See? So the supervisors instructed us, the officers, that we're gonna have to do some extra hours after work to help to clear up the backlog that we have. Right? I never want to do any overtime. I'm gonna need overtime. You get me? But I am the kind of person, once my supervisor give me an instruction, I follow that instruction. And they all know that. They all can tell you that. You can look at my evaluations, Mr. Lonesome. It's written on it. It's written on them. Can I send you more than one? You understand? So I did the overtime. I did a few days overtime. Accumulate my hours and do my thing, just like my other co-workers. So Lonesome, at the end of the month, all of us as officers, as immigration officers, sent in our claim. All of us sent in our claim, including me. Right? Our supervisors endorse it and send it off to the Deputy Director of Immigration at the time, a man by the name of Howard Palmer.
Howard Palmer.
Who is also a friend under crony of Marcus Manning. Let me make sure put that in there.
Okay.
Howard Palmer.
The crony shall run it in.
So the claims were sent to Mr. Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what Mr. Palmer did, Mr. Lonesome? Mr. Palmer endorsed everybody else's overtime claim except mine. So from 2018, everybody has received their pay for the extra work that they did except me. And to the day, the man endorsed everybody else's own except mine. Me not ask him why. You understand? Because I know the game that they're playing and what him is trying. I'm going to tell you a story about the same man, Howard Palmer. He saw me one day at the passport office. Right? He wasn't deputy director at the time. He was just a regular immigration officer at the time. And I'm maybe a supervisor or something. I don't know. And the man saw me. I was at the passport office. He was in the border management office. And I went in there to speak to another officer. So he was inside there. And you know what the man said to me? He looked at me and he said, "What? Me say a BMW drive, man. You have to go hook me up on the link." So I say, "Yeah, man, no problem, man." So I write Psalm 23 on a piece of paper and give it to him. And I sit down in the chair and look at the paper and a screw. You understand? So I attract one more hater right here. You understand? I went into his friend's office. Him and the former director of immigration, Orlando Williams. They were best friends. Right? So I went, Mr. Orlando Williams sent to call me in his office, Mr. Lonesome. So I went to him. He's the director of immigration. So I got up and I went to him. Guess what the man asked me when we go inside his office? I think the man was going to ask me about something work-related or something. You know what the man called me to ask me, Mr. Lonesome? Want to know how me come by such a big house? If I cash me buy my house or if I mortgage me a pay. That is what the man called me to ask me.
Disrespectful.
So I start to get, I never say anything, but him see the look on my face, so I was displeased. Then the man have a look upon me, boy. And everybody have mother we can help them, you know? And everybody have mother we can help them. So brother, if you know say my mother help me, why you call me in your office asking me foolishness? Why you call me in the office asking me foolishness? These are the kind of people that have a role with Mr. Loan to come talk about integrity. How can these kind of men teach you integrity? So
you are the passport office, where creep up like some little wild dogs, right? In a position when you're not supposed to, you're not fit for your pen neither, you know. Me are telling you straight. Because if you're in some position when you're not supposed to have, because you are politically aligned or some foolishness, put you in some position. We know that, right? All right. So you will come like a pack of wild dogs. You can just see a man there so and him have him house and him have him car and him have him mother there, you know, $1 million is like 100 million a Jamaica. Yeah, you never have to use so much money neither. 500,000 you have about 75 million, right? Yeah, all right. You see him have him car and him have him thing. I want to know same people, them are just him must him brother alone and thing and them are do them thing. Uno not missing nothing. Nobody now come make no complaints say him take this. Uno see uno have surveillance there. Uno see him do film work. And I like uno see some extra thing go on and like uno do with the Chinese then. Cause him no want not work way illegal when it come to the Chinese and uno want force him and not do it, right? So but no matter if him come to work every day and go on back later night, come to work every day and go on back later night, where the money that come from them? And you might be to the bank. Because the money there, you know, the money they must have trace. If you buy a car and you kind of think, well, you ask somebody if buy a house cash, you could have got the land place, or you could have got to any, you could have do investigation and go to any, if the housing just who in buy it from, and you see who buy a big house cash. Who? Bush through them? It have to run, the money have to run through bank, because you know, any money cash, so say a house, yeah, see a money, what kind of foolishness in a taxi? Eh? Uno just corrupted because I think everybody are like, you know, yeah, man, uno corrupted, man. So we have people like them immigration, you have to open up certain things that we can burn, you know. Because uno want to get out of the system, you know, uno the criminal, you know. Yeah, man. Play that.
Integrity. What integrity you're talking about? I'm not going to be one of the fake, one of the pretenders. I'm a top professional, but I'm not going to be one of the fake them, one of the pretenders them. I am not going to do it. And I'm a very respectful young man. I am a very respectful young man. Is this the kind of treatment that you would want your children or your child to endure? The people that call them ask them foolishness. I stand and laugh and pretend as if, no, I'm not a fake, I'm not a pretender. You cannot call me ask me foolishness. You know why, Mr. Lonesome? Because they realize that them plan bear no fruit. Because their plan is to sabotage me. Their plan is to frustrate me. Their plan is to keep me away from all of the benefits them of our job. The concession, the whole of them little benefits when me not have. After 11 years, me still temporary. But guess what? God still a shine him light on me. And as me tell them, Mr. Lonesome, everybody who know me knows that. I have a mother who knows the culture. She know the kind of people when me endure, when me surrounded by. And she know what the Jamaican workplace and Jamaican workforce entail, what it's all about. Bad mind and corrupt people. See? Imagine you are trying to hold on a youth, and when you look, you see the youth driving a bimmer the next day. Imagine you are holding a youth, and when you look, him house bigger than your own, and you are manager. You go please? And them something them you endure. I mean, I go around the corner and pick up nothing and tell no lie. And that's the problem, Mr. Lonesome. Them realize that they can't frustrate me. That's the problem. That don't mean I should sit, and after 11 years, I'm still temporary because of these people. And then them take my about integrity. Listen, man, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. What more can I endure? And they act about accusations that, brother, listen, if I'm accused of something, there are mediums and ways of dealing, of ventilating whatever you accuse me of. After 11 years, I'm not a murderer, brother. I'm not a crime producer, virgin. It will take you 11 years for your pettiness. Say me do something wrong, my friend. Me keep saying it over and over. Take me to the Supreme Court, but no can't bring me in no room with people who no contract with no appeal, who no go manipulate. Who no can't corner me and trick me. Take me to a court. Calling Jamaica for justice, calling the Ministry of Labour, calling decent people, but who no can't go pay on a little friend or disciplinary committee. Discipline me. You need to discipline yourself first. You need to discipline yourself first. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Lonesome. An incident happened at the passport office a little while now. Where two of the top managers were involved in a heated argument. Nearly fight and guns were drawn.
Wynter, you one.
So those at the passport office who said them decent,
Gun?
those who love to talk about integrity,
Dragon for each other.
those who love to talk about morals and standards,
What?
they can tell Mr. Shane Darling and them, go down to the passport office and do that. That's enough to investigate. Who were involved in them argument and them fracas down there.
And it's alleged that is Shane Darling and his friend. A dragon for each other. That's illegal. Them argue passport office and a dragon. Can you imagine? You have some people chigapi. A dragon pint, you have like a firearm and a dragon pint each other. Shane Darling should have reached down there. Although he might forget. The whole of them from where Shane Darling you for go to, you know. You for just go to. The whole of them too much corruption. Yeah, because I don't have spare none. Kind of like when I have things about uno for just go ahead. The whole of uno. Yo, someone of enough of the years, man. I be either thing around Jamaica, you know, when the business, you know. I know we not care, man. Yeah, man, him cup really full. No, him have to come talk. And it was Wynter the next one. It's alleged that Wynter the next one. So them gone by each other. Now you hear that illegal thing. Can you imagine you have CEO at the passport immigration place, the PICA. And them a draw a gun by each other. Can you imagine what them do with a customer come in? Can you imagine? If them are sit and them have other workers, then them a pull them gun by each other. As for them head, them not fit for the job. Them should get fired at the same time. But everything that's hush, that should not hush, that should be a big thing. We don't have surveillance. And them control the surveillance. When them draw them gun by each other, them just kill it after. No, this should get investigated and who get charged, get charged. Both of them get charged. And them kick out of the job too. Just that alone, you'd endanger any any person who come a passport office and think you can't the officer drag on that mean we do that a customer just go down, let's go deal with them passport or deal with them thing. You can't have them people them and run things, man. No, sir. Wrong.
In the presence of other staff members and in the presence of customers, and firearms were drawn.
You know,
yeah,
in the presence of staff member and customer.
See, like how not try and accuse me. See me accuse you know.
See there?
No, let me accuse you know. Understand the decent because
I'm play back.
Accuse me after 11 years.
I'm play back.
Brother. I'm a crime producer, virgin.
In the present.
Since me do something wrong, friend, me keep saying it over and over. Take me to the Supreme Court, but you can't bring me in no room with people who no contract who no appeal, who no go manipulate, who no can't corner me and trick me. Take me to a court. Calling Jamaica for justice, calling the Ministry of Labour, calling decent people, but who no can't go pay on a little friend or disciplinary committee. Who no can't discipline me. We need to discipline yourself first. We need to discipline yourself first.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lonesome. An incident happened at the passport office.
Yes.
A little while now.
Yeah.
Where two of the top managers were involved in a heated argument. Nearly fight and guns were drawn. Never tell her that straight.
Guns.
So those at the passport office who said them decent, those who love to talk about integrity,
yes,
those who love to talk about morals and standards, they can tell Mr. Shane Darling and them, go down to the passport office,
yes,
and do that. That's enough to investigate who were involved in them argument and them fracas down there, in the presence of other staff members and in the presence of customers.
What?
And firearms were drawn. Yeah, man, they say it, man.
You put people life in danger, I know.
See, like how not try and accuse me. See me accuse you know. I'm let me accuse you know. Understand the decent because I talk about it. Them say to pick the beam out of your eye before you talk about what happened today at the passport office with the gun incident. That's enough to talk about.
What?
But now, man, she want to sit down in the office.
Okay.
You want to cover. But you must expose others, step in others people's neck.
That's serious, very serious.
Brother, go kill me. I saw it.
Front of customer.
Scare me. And that me, I tell you.
CEO, Wynter.
So alone, some. They are not going to like me. And they are going to hate me even more. But not liking me, now going to make me lose weight. It now going to make me sad. In fact, it's going to make me feel better as a man. At least I have backbone.
Yes.
At least I have character. At least I know I am decent. I am not perfect. I make mistakes in life. But at least I'm not one of those guys that is going around trying to get promotion by stepping in another man's neck.
Yes.
No, I'm not one of those kind of men. I'm man. You get what I say? My mother teach me decency. She teach me to, as the Bible said, to do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. You understand? Another incident that happened, Mr. Lonesome. You realize I'm not talking about an incident with my regular co-workers them. Because I don't have a problem with my regular co-workers. My regular co-workers don't have time for me. Everybody busy looking about them welfare. You realize who constantly I have so-called conflict with? Managers. Because they realize that they can't get to use me, Mr. Lonesome. And they can't get to push me around. Even though I follow instruction, I know wrong from right. So even though you're in a manager position, brother, you can't, no man, can't force me to do nothing wrong because you're in a, you can't instruct me to do nothing out of the law. Any trouble me I get myself in, I'll get that by my own account.
Man, the man condition them mind like Lonesome. Yeah, you see, you have more people like Lonesome out there, man. No guy, none. Respect that. Immigration. You respect this senior. You see? Yeah, man, because you see, you're there to do a work. But anything but for break the laws and things, you know, unite with none of them, they are expose them. And it will run through the police force too, and it will run through government and run through the whole of these things. Anything where illegal, point it out, tape it, video, send it, me will play it. You tell a boy, F off them, don't do it. No bow to them. You understand? No police, me a police, me tell them already. That's why I respect him as an immigration. Me tell you, me a police, I think you can come give me order in a car key suit. I'm gonna take order from baby. Now Google Gaga and them thing, you have to wear something different. And then you are giving something where it unlawful. I'm a bit follow what you say. Me not gonna do it. I'm gonna tell the time that me not gonna do that. And you can't take me in no room neither. Me not going in a room with no man. You can't tell me that. I'm in a business but no one, do about no one say. Me just want a clicker, strong-headed, guys who can think for themselves and think out of the box. Who can't give me no chat, we are clean the force. Yeah? Because when we go for the operation, number one, we have some secret camera and everything and a video, everything we want to do. I mean, I can fling it up. Even for me, to be the phantom. When I fling it up, make a account and fling it up, because I have some man, them go like them afraid. No, if I mean, so I'm not afraid, I can fling it up. I can feel it. If you have something wrong, I can come and ask you, what I tell them, you can't do that. You can't anger them people here, so you can't do this. This is break the law. I mean, I rest you too. They just want some solid people with me. You can't give me no chat. We are talking about whether I jack the force and take it over and lock up or forget lock up or something. But uno now go run down the place so because if you have a weak force, you have a weak Jamaica. You understand? Politicians them continue thief, the big man them now get charged or nothing at all, and then they spend billions to kill out get to you. Like why you that? See? Nah work. I'm go and play the immigration officer. Good thing him do, man. Support him 100.
No man can't influence me to do what is wrong.
Good.
I'm going to tell you about another incident, Mr. Lonesome.
Yes.
When I was at the shipping unit, I think it was in 2015 or 2014, if memory serves me right. I was at the shipping unit, and Mr. Steve Vernon. He was the deputy director at the time. Steve Vernon. Right? Orlando Williams, as I said earlier, was the director of immigration. My immediate supervisor at the shipping unit at the time was Mr. Kevin Cornwall.
Okay.
Right? I know you have other officers there. All right. So, Mr. Alonso, we had a shipping meeting out by the airport where all the officers who work in the shipping unit at the wharf and those like at St. Thomas, Portland, back down that side there, would come up and we have a meeting. Right? The meeting was chaired by Mr. Steve Vernon. Whilst we were at the meeting now, Mr. Vernon instructed me to take the minutes at the meeting. And I did. Right? So whilst we were at the meeting now, I was taking the minutes and doing the formalities. At that meeting now, Mr. Alonso, Mr. Vernon brought to our attention a letter that they received from Port Authority. And in that letter, it was stating that they had an issue with the officers who have their private or licensed firearm and taking their private and licensed firearm into the airport. They had some issue with that. Right? So they wrote to our CEO at the time, Miss Jennifer McDonald. So at that meeting now, Mr. Vernon read the content of the letter to us. Remember, I was taking the minutes now, Mr. Lonesome. So I was just writing what was happening at the meeting. Everything that was said, everything that was done, all the responses, everything. I was writing down all of that. I'm good at that. See? All right. So Mr. Vernon read the letter to us. And you know, all of them, I'm never telling you, all of the officers them present were in disagreement, 100% disagreement with the content of the letter. All the officers were disgruntled. Nobody was in support of whatever was written in the letter. Remember, me I take the notes now, and I write down what happened, I do it, you know. See? At the end of the meeting, Mr. Lonesome, Mr. Vernon said, all right, he's giving me, I think 5 to 7 working days to compile the information and put the minutes together and send it off to him. So I did all of that, Mr. Lonesome. I sort out the minutes, put it together professionally with everything that happened at the meeting. I never had any personal opinion or feelings or what me think to it. I was happy at the meeting, right? And I sent it off to Mr. Vernon. I sent a copy to my supervisor, Mr. Kevin Cornwall. And I kept a copy for myself. In fact, I have my copy out today. So when I say, I not talk, I can't prove. I not make up my story. everything that I know I can prove, because I have my copy now. You understand? Alright. So when I sent it off, a few days later, my supervisor at the time, Mr. Kevin Cornwall, he said to me, he called me on the phone whilst I was at work and said, Mr. Vernon said there are some corrections to the minutes and I should deal with it and send it off back to him. So when I went back, I think we were on the road at the time when Mr. Cornwall called me. So when I went back into the office door by the wharf, I went on the computer and I went straight into the minutes. And to be honest, Mr. Lonesome, the corrections that Mr. Vernon said was to be made to the minutes, he highlighted it in yellow. He highlighted everything in yellow that he want me to edit. He want me to remove that out of the minutes. See? Mr. Lonesome, I'm not lying. When we read and look what Mr. Vernon wanted me to edit, to take out of the minutes. And basically the whole minutes. The only thing where the man never highlighted the part to say, the content of the letter was read to the officers by Mr. Vernon, full stop. So in the one where the officers then, in the one nothing else at the minute, Mr. Lonesome. So it's like when I try to say him read it to it and I hit that. That's it.
No, it can't work. If you take the minutes.
Sir, I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Lonesome. I sat there for about 5 minutes looking at the computer. And my hands couldn't move. Mr. Lonesome, I find tears start to run down my face. My co-worker who was sitting across from me, when man looked up and realized there's something wrong. He got up from his desk and he came and stood behind me.
Before me even finish talk, right? Can you imagine you take the minutes? That means in a real time, you take the minutes in a real time. And you have some manager that tell you for edit, me no want them in the minutes. You can't tell me that. You see where corruption start from, you see where corruption spread, that alone a corruption. All him forget fire them should have go a long time. Get charged. If you have a minutes like that, you're not supposed to take, okay, take them out of the minutes. For please you. And send me, I said, me I take the minutes. We're saying in the meeting, and anything and take the minutes and me do what I do, I'm cover this. At that saying in the meeting, this read, everything, me cover this, it done. If you just have your copy, me not correct nothing. This is what them fling on some power all the time and tell you what you do and what you must do. Where you know say it wrong. And you have people just listen and go do it. Me love him style. And my kind of style. Or are more people like me, you know, are more people like me. Like how I'm staying and all. Good. Good, yeah man.
And he read and saw the instruction on the computer screen. He saw the thing that was highlighted in yellow. He looked at it and it was there. And then when he finished, my co-worker took a few steps backwards and looked at me, and the guy was so upset. And the man looked at me and said, Kenton, let me tell you this. If you touch that minute, you are committing a breach.
Good.
You understand it? And he said to me,
so that
is now a formal document that can be tendered into evidence as law.
Okay.
You send it off already. I said, why Mr. Vernon wanted to remove the contents of the minute?
You see?
Why not do it himself? He wanted you to do it. So at the end of the day, it's are you.
That is it.
I'm going to be honest with you. The first thing I did was to call my attorney. And I explained everything to him what happened. I read the instruction to him and I asked him what to do. And he told me the same thing that my co-worker told me. He said, Kenton, you can change the words, but not the meaning. He said, you cannot tamper with the minutes. You cannot deliberately remove what the other co-workers and what others say from the minutes.
Good.
That's fraud.
It's wrong.
Sir, I called another attorney that I know that I'm used to. And I told him the same thing, told him the instruction, read the instruction to him, and he said the same thing. He said the same thing. So Mr. Lonesome, what I did, I called my supervisor, and to be honest, I think I called my pastor to my mother. And everybody's telling me the same thing. If you want to change anything,
let him change it. And then you talk about it, yes.
And let it stay how you said it. Don't touch anything.
Good.
I called my supervisor, Mr. Kevin Cornwall, and I instructed Mr. Cornwall that Mr. Cornwall, I read the minutes again, I went through it, and I don't see any mistake or anything to be changed in the minutes, so I'm not going to make any adjustment to the minute. If Mr. Vernon wants any adjustment to be made, he will have to do it himself. And I leave it there.
Good.
Mr. Lonesome, who tell me to do that? Who tell me to do that? So now the operations manager is hate me. The director of immigration hate me. The deputy director hate me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a clique of them still. I'm going to make sure I tell you from now.
Clique.
At one point, I thought they were the owners of PICA. I thought they owned the agents or them mothers of high and mighty. You know? I what them say. It's like they will listen to your opinion, you know, just for listening, see it, you know. By the end of the day, I will them say. These are the kind of people that I was thoroughly by. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Say, see the position that I'm in now? How can I? No. Hey, you know what?
It's bad enough.
I am currently assigned duties at the extension of stay unit at 8 Waterloo Road, Kingston 10. Right? You see, all the other immigration officers, except those in the visa unit, all the ones who work in my department,
listen this.
I am the one who trained all of them. All of them were trained by me.
What?
You understand? All were trained by me. No problem. I enjoy what I do. They are very nice.
Him train them,
very nice.
but them pass him.
We have a very good relationship. We get on well. And I don't have a problem. I enjoy doing it. You understand? I enjoy doing it. In fact, one of my other colleagues is supposed to come on soon. I mean, I look forward to training him as well. It's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy giving service to my country. That's what I grew up to my father do. My father was a police officer for over 30 odd years before he died. My mother was a teacher here in Jamaica for 19 years. Highly respected and highly regarded. I'm telling you, enough rich man, enough top man. Me know, we pass through my mother's hand. You understand, Mr. Lonesome? Mr. Lonesome, when I was going to high school, my mother was my farm teacher. My own mother was my farm teacher for 5 years straight in high school. Mr. Lonesome, every month, for that over that 5-year period, every month I can tell you this. I used to see my mother writing a check and paying the talk shop. Not for me, no, Mr. Lonesome. Not for me. Because my mother used to give me my lunch money from Sunday for the week and tell me that when I am at school, I'm not her son, I'm her student. You think I can call my mother mommy at school? The man. That's the kind of mother that I had. My mother used to write a check for the talk shop every month end. For who? For other people's children.
Nice.
For other people's children, because my mother used to say poor people pick the school. Children used to go there and take lunch, like for those who couldn't afford it and so forth. And at the end of the month, my mother pay. My mom used to go to America like every summer. My mother used to buy shoes, book, everything for people's children. My mother used to take in people's children in her home. And me have to go stay at my mother's friend or some other family home. Well, my mother take in other people's children in her home. You understand what I say? So my parents paid their dues to this country. And those are the footsteps that I'm following. Me not follow, no disrespect to nobody, but me not follow them Americally. Me not disrespect nobody, I'm just being honest. I don't see anything about these men that I would want to emulate.
Good.
I don't see anything about them that me don't want to be like them. I don't want to be anything like them. As much as them not live like me. Now them not fortunate like me. Anyway, I don't really want to sound personal. Mr. Lonesome. May I tell you? All right. Yeah. Mr. Lonesome. All right. My immediate supervisor, right? He did my evaluation and signed off on it on the 31st of March, 2022. I sent it to you as well.
Yes, we have it.
And I got 95.5% on my last evaluation. My supervisor spoke highly of me. Right? So the managers where I work at Waterloo Road, you have my supervisor, my immediate supervisor, you have the visa manager, and you have the deputy director of immigration. Right? All right. After the evaluations were complete and everything was done, someone in management at PICA, someone who is not in support of them foolishness, but it's because maybe that person's voice not big like the others. The person called me and said to me, say, Kenton, You are doing a wonderful job. Despite everything that is happening around you, you are doing an excellent job. And I want you to continue to work. Don't let them distract you. And if you reach far enough now, maintain your focus same way and continue to let your work speak for you. You understand? And Professor Kenton, I'm going to share some information with you. Right? And it's a meeting was held recently with your supervisor, the visa manager, and the deputy director of immigration. And all three of them decided that based on your work, based on your attitude, based on your performance, based on your professionalism, you are the staff of the quarter. Are the staff of the quarter. And your picture will be put in the glass cage to say Kenton, staff of the quarter. So the three of them signed off on it, Mr. Lonesome. And that recommendation now was sent up. You hear me say up to those above. The person didn't call, to be honest, the person didn't call any name still, because they know me already. They didn't call any name. See? But the person said the recommendation was sent up. I know that they rejected it, Mr. Lonesome. They rejected it.
Them rejected?
Remember, my immediate supervisor who supervised me on a daily basis.
Yes.
The visa manager who work in the same department. And the deputy director who work in the same department as well. All three of them supervise me on a daily basis. They look over my work and my everything on a daily basis. And the person above them who not work when me work, me and them, trust me, I've never had any conversation before with the CEO. Never. I think I spoke with the director of immigration, the current one, once. When I went, I asked for a meeting to be arranged for me to go and speak with him. And on that day, I took my attorney with me and my civil service rep. And he didn't want to accommodate me. And me alone, him did one in the office to kill me with him emotion. You understand me, Mr. Lonesome? Yeah, man. So they rejected the recommendation from my three managers. Yeah, so it's what I'm trying to tell you, how petty these people are, how personal these people are. The government of Jamaica is paying me. And these people is taking it to a personal level, a petty level. And as I said before, these are the men and women who get up every day talking about integrity. What integrity? What integrity? What integrity? These are like people with integrity. They can trick those who are looking on from the outside. Remember, all of what I'm saying is not something, it's not a pigment of my imagination. And that's what I make up. A reality may I tell you. And everything I tell you now, see me send them to you, see me send the evidence to you. I'm not saying anything to you that I cannot prove. I am just sharing my experience with you and the general public. No. Because I decide to not go hold up nothing inside. Me not go live on a pill and no medication. You mad? Me not go make what happen to others happen to me. And when me dead and gone or my children must suffer, you're going to hear about why me never reach out to this and why me. No, me not depend on something. I'm not deluded. I'm a very conscious young man. Very conscious. And as a man, as a father, when me take them kind of blow you and sit up and make man abuse me for the whole of my life, what can I pass on to my children now? What? What kind of discipline? What could I possibly pass on to my children? So when they're going at the workplace now for the same, come on, man, we need to cut out this slavery mentality business.
True.
Slavery abolished long time.
True.
Slavery abolished long time. Leaders are supposed to lead. Managers are supposed to manage. They're supposed to be people of exemplary standard.
True.
We as workers are supposed to can emulate. We're supposed to can look up to you.
True.
We're supposed to can come to you for guidance. We're supposed to can come to you for support. We're supposed to can come to you for encouragement. And be hustling thing them man at the planet with the country, Bridget. That's why country can't go.
True.
Too much imposters are sitting in offices.
Yeah.
And when I go around the corner where them friends put them in, and because of political alignment, not for them sitting in office, they know not more leadership or management. I say it already, Mr. Lonesome.
True.
I was grown in a home with a tap, with two, a matter of fact, two. Even though my father lived in a different parish, but my mother, you know, come better than my mother, Mr. Lonesome. You know, come better than me. Sing the praises, it can be proven. Just go St. Elizabeth, well, this whole St. Elizabeth about my mother, and they will tell you. They will tell you. They will tell you about my mom. You understand what I say? Very happy and successful. Who you know retired age 50? I'm never tell you my mother retired age 50, boss. And a cripple, she cripple, I nothing do her. She's blessed. She's blessed. You understand? And that's what I tell you. She makes sure her 2 boys, them blessed. My brother is a top-notch medical technologist in 2 of the biggest hospitals in New York. So I know Andrew Wynter and him friend them come like them feel like some little careless boy this on the road. We look up to the great Andrew Wynter for guidance. We not look up to them for nothing. They all of them, and them still there at the workplace.
Yeah, man.
Antagonize other people's children. And that's the leadership and management. So alone, so I don't talk, you know. The most them can do is hate me, you know. Can't stop my glory. You understand? PICA is the best thing that happened to them. If them lose PICA, it's like them lose their life. They have options. You understand me? I said that God me serve. I'm going to say it to them, I'm going to say it publicly. I've never seen evil prevail over good. Evil is just for a time.
True.
You understand? So I'm just going to continue to be the best that I can be and repay the government for what they're paying me for monthly. You understand? So I just say go, Mr. Lonesome. Them can't scare me. I'm not going to make them scare me because guess what? I know I'm not guilty of anything. And as the CEO said when he was in charge of surveillance, he and his unit investigated all the claims against me and they didn't find any evidence or nothing at all. Because anything manufactured cannot be proven. Lies cannot be proven. Opinions cannot be proven. Manipulations cannot be proven. And that is what it is. You understand? All right.
Yeah, man. May I tell you? Yeah, man. You have to have more people like Kenton now who come speak up, immigration officer. See where I go on. The man them there, you have CEO or draw gun pan each other and some of the big guys there. And around the customer. Around other staff member and customer. And that now reported and them gonna take it away and all kind of thing, put people life in danger. I go on with a bagger and nepotism and cronyism. And people who speak out, you want to hold them down. And we are born that straight. We just see a little piece of nastiness to a while. But listen, where you want to do, live in a squalor? We don't want to live in a squalor, man. You understand? Me not follow Uno and phone the cut up, man. Go and lay an egg. Yeah, man, I wonder what you want to be seen. Me don't really want to see. Me not even call your name because your name filthy. So you can't watch, you know, because we're black, you know, you're the weakest link. So it don't make no sense, you know? It don't make no sense. See? He's a piece of crap. See? So what, I live in a school? I live in a school, I live good. I live good. See? Work hard, live good. See? Me now, and I remember me I listen now. Me I spend the door in bad, you know. You never know. Me a world traveler, man. Live all over the world, so what happened to that? You want me to live in a little place with zinc fence, I want to step up on me, I want to can do all kind of things. Me no. Me no want to live in no cage no more neither. Where if me up in my place, I'll be a grill and all kind of things. What really go out to you? What happened to you? That bother you, man? Go lay 2 egg, man. You know, have nothing to say, don't come on my page and see me black there. Build something else and make me black again. And I'll show me a black Uno because Uno a part of what make Jamaica mash up. So when we get a little 500 Jamaican or 1,000 Jamaican and mash up the place. Remember, we have enough family members and things to go to and them things there. We have to protect the island. You know? It's a must. You see me, I say? Yeah, man. Me live good, man. Me good, man. Me telling all the way, I say, me good. See? You understand? You think we can't just tell anyone to get up and come kill a tabby diamond, so? Maybe I have family involved in a tabby killing too, man. Move, man. Lay some egg, man. Go away, man. See? Yeah, man. Can't trust them, man. Can't trust them. You have to have freedom of speech and you have to get up and can come talk the things and, you know, business. See? The thing they can't get up every day and say police are 2 times my back seat and I know them right now and tell me them can't find out who. You know much thing them go on with? Me have sleep good. You understand? Me not feel live in a grill and cage up like me an animal. But I'm to you. You see? Yeah. So you're not gonna get them chance there. Because you're one of them licky we sell out Jamaica. You're one of them. It's a piece of shit. You see? Yeah, man. No, we talk straight. Wynter wanna pull up on a thing. Pull up on a thing. I'm play next year. I'm play him again. And next thing.
Mr. Lonesome, I read the Gleaner article and I saw where the CEO of PICA, Mr. Andrew Wynter, was interviewed by the journalist. And Mr. Wynter stated something about a pending disciplinary hearing. And he doesn't want to say much to compromise the case. Mr. Wynter, please tell the public that the disciplinary hearing that you're talking about started years ago. Nothing is pending. It started years ago. Sir, it started years ago. And it came to a stop years ago because when my attorney requests for you to be present to be questioned. Now, you're CEO now, you're big shot now. So guess what? You can't come answer no question because you're not depend that. I wait now just to make a judgment over me. Remember, you were in charge of the investigation. You are the same person, Mr. CEO, who wrote in the report. Mr. Lonesome, see the report in front of you.
Yeah, man,
Andrew Wynter is
all right, me cut off that. Play that back.
did that report when he was head of the investigation and surveillance unit. But because he's CEO now, remember him saying once him not find no evidence, no witness.
Yes, hearing you.
See? I know him saying one now wait to make a judgment for me. Mr. Lonesome, I don't know what kind of justice this is. I don't know what kind of law this is. You understand me? I say? The same man who investigate me, I say him not find no witness, no evidence, no CCTV footage, no surveillance, nothing. And the same man shouldn't get promoted now. I wait for him to judge for me. So when my attorney sent for him and said they need to speak to Andrew Wynter, let her come on, he won't be able to because he will have to whatever. So my attorney, I said, no. Andrew Wynter cannot make the decision over Mr. Senior. You're crazy. He was the same one who did the investigation, so him to come make judgment over the man now. He need to tell the public that. And I'm not pending nothing. It started years ago. I come to an end because this man refused to be questioned by my attorney. That is the truth. The one Marcus Manning now, who I said is employed at the British High Commission.
Marcus Manning.
You understand? Remember, I didn't start all of this because of his hate for me. Because I didn't give him my mother's money to pay for his child's heart condition.
Whoa.
When she was supposed to go into the United States to do her surgery.
So somebody cannot work and people have you up because you never donate something. And then, them join them own colleagues because the colleagues are them. Let me tell you, it's a workplace supposed to be a professional place, especially, in a government institution and these things, even private sector work. You're not supposed to be about no friend there, so. Keep friend in your yard, man. Supposed to be work colleagues. But when people team up, even at the police force, they say, find more corruption start linking, And I kind of think it turn gangs. Gang in the whole of these things. Gangs. So gang in a PICA, gang down a wharf, yeah? Gang go in a Jamaica house, in the pirate house. Gang there everywhere right now. In the police force, in the army, gang there all over the place. It will stop. Really need to stop. And we have to burn this. Wynter, you hear this? We need to stop on the foolishness. And we need to get fired too. See? This cronyism and nepotism, it will stop. Jamaica now run right. You can't have some people just come and just them push who you push. Him train most of who come on, but he still him not depend staff or no way. Temporarily. For more like 11 years now. And yes, still him a train who come and pass him. Train them. And when I try to push him around, you have to have people like this who come and talk up straight. No business.
You understand? So this man developed a hatred from me. And tell me say him have a personal insurance and me not get appointed to the agency.
Appointed, you see it? Temporary.
He was demoted from manager and put back in uniform.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened. He ended up I work at the British High Commission. My attorney requested for him to be present to be questioned as well. Here comes letter from the British High Commission that Mr. Manning won't be able to attend because of some whatever. When you heard them use some conflict of interest and some foolishness. So Andrew Wynter won't be questioned. The man went do the investigation. You ever saw a case where the investigating officer not get questioned it, bossy?
You might forget question.
And Marcus Manning now, who are me and him, and that's the root, and that's where it starts from. Him can't come either. There is no witness. There is no nothing but I'm charged. That makes sense to you, Mr. Lonesome?
That don't make no sense.
That makes sense to you?
No.
Where are the decent men and women? Mr. Lonesome, I reach out to everybody. We reach out to everybody. Everybody we reach out to. Where is that one individual who is willing to stand up and say, no, this is not right. This is wickedness. Where is that one person? Where is that one individual? Where is that one individual? I'm not going to tell you about pending. Mr. Lonesome, I don't know who. And you can't come here and come take me out, can we go in front of your friends, them? With them, are them friends, you know? When it start, are them friends, sit down in there, with them pay. With them pay. But disciplinary committee, them friends, them society friends with them pay. No man can't come in front of no disciplinary committee. Take me to the court. If me do something wrong, take me to the court. That is where justice is served. Take me to the court. Can I can't tell one judge, say, oh, Your Honor, there is no witness to you don't get charged with public mischief. So I don't come no about disciplinary, but pending disciplinary committee. Them only can come in front of the public with them pretty speech because they are educated. So Lonesome, I don't know who them can trick. I'm educated too.
They're educated fools. Them education, that's a chat big word, you know. Nothing else, no substance. You know, stop some big word. Them don't know the work, them not gonna get paid for things where them don't know, nepotism, cronyism, and you know, politicians put them there for just protect and more things go through and more arms or swan. Jamaica can't run so. Carlos, big up yourself. See? Yeah, man. See? Yeah, man. Them things have to stop. At time for it stop. You see? But we have an immigration officer come out and come talk out the way, man. We want more of them, more police, more soldier, more this, more that. Had some politician to come and burn some fire to. We don't business Jamaica have a clear and call some name to. We don't want them just burn the fire. Him a call name. Because we like call name, you know. We like swear one in a place, man. Yeah, man.
But I'm not an idiot. And I would never, Mr. Lonesome, that one dog me wouldn't do this. I would even do this to a common dog. Much as a human being. And then I go talk about man of integrity. And brother, trick on yourself, man. Trick on yourself. But don't tell you already. I mean, don't know who you are trying to impress. My mother retired at age 50. You older than my mother, you still a hustle. My mother retired at age 50. You understand? My mother retired at age 50, sir. You understand? My mother. So you let that sink in. And you feel like you try to prove something, man. You already prove it already, and I know who you are. It don't matter the jacket suit where you want to put on a daytime. You can't trick me. Me know who you be. You prove it to me. So we have evidence with the signature on it here. We have the evidence with the signature. I'm not scared of any of you guys. I'm not afraid of none of you. The most of you, I don't want to say certain things. I'm not scared of any of you. If I knew, from the depths of my heart that I was guilty of something, Mr. Lonesome, I would be man enough. As my granny would have said, to seek pardon. I would have been seeking pardon years ago. I would have apologized and I would find a way to make up for my mistakes. If I knew I was guilty of something. But Mr. Lonesome, look at my evaluations. Look at my supervisor who supervised me on a daily basis speak highly of me. Yet some man when me and them no see eye to eye at the time, them don't have passport office, me the upper Waterloo Road, Armenia Airport. And them the man they know. I have me in that position like this now. Because of them position, them abusing the power and the position that they have. To prove a point for me. If I'm guilty of something, sir, please take me to the court in front of a judge. A judge would have no personal agenda against me. And a judge who deals with evidence and credible witness. Not enough friends for wherever. But we go manipulate and pay out of the government money. You understand me? I say? And then now, trust me, that one, if I the privy council, brother, just know say my family can defend me.
Yes.
If I the privy council, can't trick me. And I'm not going to manipulate me. I cannot corner me. I'm not going to do it anymore. I say, man, if I have to go up at the Prime Minister office, go stand up with a placard to get the Prime Minister attention, and that me I go do. And that me I go, trust me. And that me I go do not too wicked. Since me do something wrong, bring on the evidence. Bring on the evidence and bring on the witness them. Bring on the evidence and bring on the witness. Since me do something wrong, 11 years. 11 years, brother. 11 years. Nah, man, I'm not too good, man. 11 years. A simple matter like it take 11 years. Oh, imagine. Man, I'm not too good, man. I'm not too good. I don't know come back and talk about integrity.
No, none.
You know, there are persons who might want to say, if you're enduring all of that, why you don't move? Why don't seek another job? You have one job out there put on waiting for me. You know what the qualified persons I know in Jamaica right now, and them not have no job? Huh? You know what the friends me have a graduate from the university right now, and them out there I send out resume, and I look job. Me not go to call center go work. A matter of fact, anywhere in Jamaica you go, it's not like where I work is more unique than anywhere else. I have friends who are enduring similar treatment where they are working, or even worse. I'm not a runner. Me not gonna run from the man. Why me to move? How about the minister or the Ministry of National Security or the government remove these kind of people who occupy these offices?
True.
How about moving them and putting decent, qualified, and people of high esteem, actual leaders? How about putting actual leaders in these chairs, in these offices? And not your friends because of political alignment. How about that? How about that? I am not going to run. I'm not going to hide. And I'm not going to move. I enjoy what I do. This is what I want to do. This is what I love. I want to give back service to my country. You said before, Mr. Lonzo, my mother is an American citizen. I have options. But me, I run left my country. I'm not going to run leave Jamaica. You understand what I say? I want to serve my country just like what I saw my mom did and what my father did. You understand? So because of what certain people, because of what they are abusing their power to torment me and others, I must run, go somewhere else. Anybody who replace me, are the same thing they're going to do to them too. So how about changing them?
Them need to go.
You hear what they're doing now. Me I make it public. And I'm 100% sure
100.
if they should do a survey, some investigation, interview other staff members. I'm not talking about publicly where people are afraid to speak up. Be smart in the investigation. Interview other staff members. And you will see what I'm talking about. And I'm me alone. They're doing it to others as well. It's just that I am bold enough and I can't take no more and I go speak up. Are others fearful for them life? Me not fearful. Me not a God me serve. I live by faith and not by sight. A God me serve. But there's no fear in me. Me not travel with that kind of spirit. The spirit of fear. Me not go see no man do no wickedness. But that's like when they do it to others much less. And now me it happen to. Me not run and me not hide. I'm not going to run and I'm not going to hide. And if the minister come, I'm going to sit down with Dr. Chang, I'm going to tell Dr. Chang the truth. And if I get a chance to speak to Mr. Holness, I'm going to speak to the Prime Minister and I'm going to tell him the truth. I'm going to tell him the truth. And anybody else who wishes to engage, I'm going to tell them the blatant truth. And Mr. Lonesome, and all I tell you, they have more I have the evidence in my phone, and in my email, and anything me take. I pass it on to my attorney, I pass it on to my mother, and I pass it on to other people. So I'll when them take my phone. All of them, it don't matter. I'm not an idiot. I am not an idiot. They need to cut it out. They need to cut it out. We are our worst enemies. We are our worst enemies, and they want other race to respect us and to accept us. True. When we can't accept us, we can't accept ourselves. But we want others to accept us. We don't love ourselves. We don't love our race. You understand what I say? Me don't have time for a fight against a fellow brother. Me don't have time for a try hold on another man's child from progressing. We can celebrate my friends them and them success. Because I have a clean heart, because that is how my mother grew me. You understand, Mr. Lonesome? I learned how to celebrate another man's success. No one's a bad mind in me. None at all. You understand? None is not in me. So what these men are doing to me is past abuse now, Mr. Lonesome. It's wickedness. And this is what the Bible speaks about. Wickedness in high places. You understand? I said earlier, Mr. Lonesome, I don't have any issue with any of my co-workers. Like the regular immigration officers. Me and them have no issue. They are the ones who keep me afloat. They are the ones who keep encouraging me. They are the ones who tell you take this more serious than me. I said, you know, you're not taking things serious. They are the ones who never skin every minute. Kenton, you know, you sit every day and laugh, and you don't take your things serious. You need to get up, Bridget, and push everything on me. Trust me. You understand me, Lonesome? Lonesome, I'm going to tell you something else. Just something. I'm going to show you something else. All right. In 2018, I think it was about November, December 2018, I went to the Jamaica Civil Service Association to try to get some help, right? And I was sitting in the office, the manager's office, at the Jamaica Civil Service Association in Crossroad, right? And he was surprised. I said he thought this matter was dealt with already. So the man went on his phone, his office phone, and he dialed and called an immigration supervisor by the name of Kevin Cornwall, right? Kevin Cornwall is the Jamaica Civil Service representative, staff representative for PICA, right? And I'm a member of that association. You understand? So the manager for civil service called Mr. Cornwall. Right in my presence, I was sitting in his office, me and him alone. The man office phone turned up so high, Mr. Lonesome, and the office small, so I hear everything clearly. That he is saying and what Mr. Cornwall is saying on the other end. So the man just said to him, Cornwall, tell me something. Your colleague, Mr. Senior, what going on in his situation? And Cornwall said to him, yeah, man, him there, man, and everything good, man. So the civil service manager said to him, no, what, Mr. Cornwall, but the man appointed it after so many years, man. What happened? You know what Mr. Cornwall said to the man, Mr. Lonesome, the immigration supervisor, the civil service representative, you know what he said to the manager? Oh, the man, your problem child, and the man. Sir, right in front of my presence, the civil service manager hung up his phone. The man hung up his phone and leaned back in his chair. Angry, disgusted, disappointed. The man leaned back in his chair and looked up at the roof and talked to himself. I said, no, sir. No, sir. I'm just sitting and I smile. When the man leaned up, the man said, man, whatever man don't know how to separate them personal feeling from them professional life, man. So I said to him, I said, sir, I heard everything that he said. I said, your phone was so loud. They hear everything when he said. Mom said, sir, I don't really expect any better still. Mom said, I'm glad that happened. Just to show you the kind of people that I'm dealing with. So when I'm telling you certain things, you might think I'm being emotional. So see, you prove it for yourself, you know. A man who holds a position like that, he's the civil service staff representative. And that was his comment to the civil service manager. You understand what I say? Say me a problem child. Brother, how can you be a manager?
And said the man a problem child.
One of the manager's duty is not to be a good problem solver, Mr. Lonesome. That is what I learned in POB class when I was a child. In fact, I got grade 1 in POB CXC. And that is one characteristic of a manager, to be a good problem solver. not to become emotional and can't work under pressure. Me don't know where my man get for the managerial skills from boss. I mean, know the truth hurt. Me know the truth hurt, but it's just the truth. The truth hurt and the truth bring an offense, but it's the truth. Many of these men in managerial positions are only there because of political alignment, because of friends in high places, and because of links. And because they're not top class manager, they know not about management.
True.
You understand?
True.
Not for them only in the position for a higher salary. And hustle them and hustle. And we can tell you that. And these are the kind of men who are holding down Jamaica. These are the kind of men who are holding down production in this country. Them little mediocre kind of people that sit in the office opposed to manager.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That good. Hey, immigration, Kenton Senior. Yeah, man. You have more on here every thing. Because you know what, Jamaica, you need them discussion here, you know, for go on, you know. You need people to come out and when I'm just going. Can you imagine you call a man problem child? That means it's a clique of them. I tell you, say them around them thing them like mafia PICA. That's why overseas people them can't even get them thing right, you know. Because when them go Bahamas, when you look who them have as consulate at Bahamas have attitude. I tell people stand up in a long line and wait till now come and open this no bathroom for them use and then disrespect them for just get a passport. You're there in a Washington, you have Jamaican. I work there. I work with the foreign with who pick up ice or who them work with and get money. Them ask you what's the status and then them sell you. You understand? And them think Jamaica do that and instead of you help the Jamaican them, you help fling them down and a collect. The fact me I talk about it. Same? Yeah, man. You have in a UK, the same thing in a UK, but them come up back with the same bag of foolishness with in UK. Where people them are stand up and attack for them rights. It stop. People are stand up and attack for them rights. Hold it. I go for the road video. Take it up, man. People are stand up and attack for them rights. Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, no, put that on it yet. Make it see it. Make it drop. Yeah. People are set up on the rights. Maybe just drive on the summer then. Get something here. Yeah, man. People are standing up for them rights. Them call the police, London police, and say like the people them have gone and make them carry dog and all kind of things, but one Jamaican, you know, consulate, you know. You understand? In Canada, same thing. People have to wait this long term and all kind of thing. Them need to stop it. You don't get service. Them angry like slave in your own country. PICA not run right. You understand? Them but them have the Chinese them are run them and thing, and when the man like him and others refuse to go stamping something because the people them don't have no permit or certain things and give them extra time. Then you hear like the management are force you to go do it, but them not do it. Thank God them stay like me. Up, me know see certain thing and I do not that as a police. So them you can't make some boy come push you around and do a bag of foolishness, you know. You understand? Yeah, man. Don't talk it up on my life. Don't talk it up on my life. California. Get up on my life. Yeah, man. Soon call him back. Soon call him back. Yeah, man. Call that from California on my sound business. That's an impact, you know. You see? But that's a sound business, sir. Yeah, man. See? Yeah, man. Bless up, pops. Yeah, man. See? Yeah, man. So we, you know, it's good when you have immigration can come out and speak out against the whole system and where the system try to stifle him because they call him problem child because they want to turn him in a way they want to turn him in a monster. You see me I say? Yeah, impact. Yeah. You get two of them. All right, so I think I send the whole three. Me up on my live, so me call back. I send the whole three. Check your email. Yeah. Oh, me send one of mine. Oh, all right. Me send the other one. Just tell me which one me never send. Me up on my live. Watch a talk. All right. That not split. All right. Me send that split. All right. Cool. Yeah, man. And there are sound man, you know. Remember we have a million things I do, you know. I tell some people say, hey, you can't play with the thing, you know. The thing different, you know. I remember we have a thing that come up, you know, the 11th. So when I see the back of the Giants. A matter of fact, you have some people, I got pay-per-view, man. So you have some people worldwide that say, hey, I have to watch where I go on this alone. So may I set up that now. So I set it up when I can buy on the ticket for early, buy on the thing for early, you know, I tell you if I'm now. See, everybody I call me from like UK and all about. UK, you know, say, we're right in the place down in the year, you know. Yeah, we're down in the place in the year, man, and keep something and then run the cross in Europe and them thing. See? Yeah, down in the year though. Yeah, that's what you are going. But that's why I know say certain artists can trouble because you have some people are going like this stomach, you know. You know, I said go, you know, for them thing, and from them can move still them good. You see me, I say, sir, we're a dead man. Yeah, man, we're a dead man. So, yeah, UK have our place, our home, shit, sweet, so you know, I say, we're right in the place, you know, just watch it. Back like the Giant at turn up. So, when you see me, you talk to don't beat the rule, I know, because I worries, you know, and you see me, you talk to Freddie Koga. See, I represent Jamaica. And so you talk to King Vowa and suffer from UK. Everybody I look out and say, go and play back some good music and them things. You understand? You keep them things, I like keep the things them. You know, you have to keep the things them in North America and Europe and them things. They can't keep the things them in Jamaica again because number one, me not chatting for me. Well, you know, say I be a sitting now go on. Can you imagine me I now go now go attack some people to keep my for do my own work? For what? Foolishness, man. Tony school live and living color, man. I always, man. Me and Tony school, with their upper deck, me and him sugar mine at them, man. Mikey America. I'm mash up down this, man. On upper deck nightclub in around 97. In a Philadelphia. Where you say, man? I'm going to put up some picture and something with it. But we're going bad down. Where you say, want some stepping at that, man? Me and sugar mine at and man, the Mikey American toughest, them. You know, Tony school, don't beat. You see? Yeah, man, yeah, I'm going to turn over the place down there, man. I'm going to feel it there, man. Some 25 years ago that now, see? 25 years plus. Yeah, man. See? Turn over down there, man. Yeah, say, man. Down in a Philly, yeah, say, man, worries. You see? Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. So, I feel just want to keep the thing moving, you know? Yeah, man, I keep the thing moving. But I feel have people who are straight, when we know, say, hey, we can't get buy out, no care where you do, you bang your belly, no make the boy buy out and push in and nothing wrong. We know that. Jamaica need to change. But there, you know, I have some other big story for a drop, you know. So I follow up with part 2 with this, you know. But I follow it up because we have enough one part 3, because we have enough more things to talk about. You understand? Yeah, man. I remember we have unlock, hey, people, the one out there, you know, when I forgot log on and say, hey, Lord, so, see me think, I'm a matter of fact, from my man, just a boom boom and purchase him thing. Me have a seat because I set up because they tell me how it go. I think I even bright or something. So I drive go check the person. If not today or later, seeing up early, see you, see, yeah, man, about today, later on today or tomorrow and things, so that I got up from early, and then I do so much things one time. But you know, you want the way because some people I say, oh, you we have to watch it, and then people I say, we have to watch it, and who can make it, and who can, you know. Someone wants to set up that, you know, because we have set up half people where, you know, me have everybody I put everybody up is a team. You have to put together a team that do all of that, you know. So that me I do right now, you know. So you see me I say, and then me catch a little bit of flu too, you know. So you know, climate maybe the changes of the weather and something. So you know, catch a little flu where. But you know, that's why you see me now doing a 2 show and 3 show plus my busy and them thing there, you know. But you know, come out and come push up the thing, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, I want to just big up Virginia because you up now. Let me hear up Russia and Wally blogs, man. Yeah, man. Good you know. Yeah, man. Jeremy, big up yourself. See? Yeah, man. I have to hear up him because I see my make a blogs and thing. I have to hear them up. Yeah, man. Good you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Peer blessing, see? So, me have some other things to go drop. So, in the later. Me say something where show me half, you know. But me soon come talk about it, man. In the later, yeah? Because you know I have to touch road. Later, bless. Loan to my mouth.